Houston, we have a Dolphin is the title of the game that we are going to be previewing today. It's on Kickstarter right now for just a short time if you're watching this video once it goes live, so stay tuned for details about that. It's a social deduction game for between 3 and 5 players with a sci-fi theme. It uses an app. In this game, all players are astronauts trying to fix their spaceship, but one of them or more is secretly potentially a dolphin. And as we all know, dolphins are evil and are trying to sabotage the spaceship. So you have to try to stop them before it's too late or before maybe you even become one.
As you can see from the board setup here, after doing setup, people are going to have a team name as well as a few cards in hand. Now, these cards will usually have astronauts looking like this, but there is a chance someone can have a dolphin. If you ever hold a dolphin, even if you lose the dolphin later on, you've been dolphinized. You're working against the rest of the crew, and you're either trying to flood the ship or just trying to kill off all the humans. Now, the humans' goal is to successfully do 3 spacewalks. That is removing 3 of these modules, then restarting the ship in the captain phase. Now, the rounds are going to be just that. The spacewalks to see if you successfully complete them, then the captain phase, which we'll get to a little bit later. The spacewalk phase works very simply like this. You're going to take one of the cards in your hand, scan it, and put it face down there. Now, to decide who's going to get that privilege, you start off with the captain choosing one of the other teams. Then afterwards, so let's say the captain decided the Horsehead Nebula would go first. Then the Horsehead Nebula would then choose someone else to go. You're going to repeat this 3 times. Then the phone or tablet will decide what happens. Now, to get the correct configuration to repair a module, you'll need 1 hero and 2 engineers that point in their direction. Some engineers can only point one way, while others can point either way. If this is the formation and hopefully no asteroids hit, then you have successfully repaired the module by sacrificing the hero in this stead. But if, let's say, there was not so as well as organized, or that dastardly dolphin was secretly played, it's not going to be successful. In fact, the dolphin will actually kill an astronaut in a specific direction. You won't know how people died, though, so the dolphin can try to cast doubt with either an asteroid or maybe try to cast doubt on the other person saying they were a dolphin. They're the one who were doing the pointing. Either way, once you're done scanning all the cards, reading the app, should any cards die, they are put into the void face down. And if it's successful, recruit the person in the module or get 3 panic by also sacrificing that person to the void as well.
Those panic tokens that you may or may not receive will become important in the captain's phase, which follows immediately after the spacewalk phase. Now the captain has to make a decision, which they will do by pressing a button on the app. First of all, they can decide that they are going to make a sacrifice. Basically, you have to have one of the astronauts take the fall for what may have gone wrong in the previous mission. So you're going to choose a team and say that they have to sacrifice one of their cards and put it to the void. But then the other astronauts, not including the captain themselves, get to take a vote to see if they are okay with that command. They're going to take a number of panic in their hand, then simultaneously reveal exactly how much they put in. It could have been no panic, or it could have been all the panic they had. And if they revealed enough all together amongst the players, depends on the number of players, how much you need, then they can override that and they choose a new captain to make a new order. If it does go through, then that person gets rid of their card as planned. Another option the captain can make during this phase is to flood the ship. This is what a dolphin would want to do, as dolphins can swim underwater. That's their ultimate goal. If a dolphin is captain and makes this command and it passes, then the dolphins will win. So that's an easy win condition for the dolphins if they think they can swing it, or if they think that people don't have enough panic at the time that they put that through. Finally, the captain can choose to reset the ship. This option is only available if all 3 of the module cards have been removed thanks to successful spacewalks. If that's the case, they can put this one through, and once again, if it passes, the game will end, but this time the human astronauts win. So that's their ultimate goal. So the dolphins are either trying to flood the ship or take out all the humans, while the humans are trying to reset the ship or take out all the dolphins. And you'll keep playing until one of those conditions has been triggered.
What makes this stand out from other trader games is that phone app. Everything is scanned on the phone, so you're not sure what's going on. And in fact, because you can use a digital device, they have the asteroid hits, which may kill someone off even if only humans were in there. This helps add a lot more doubt of what's going on and being unsure of like, did a dolphin really get played, or were we just really unlucky? In fact, the dolphin may be unlucky. An asteroid could come in and kill the dolphin if it's in the station, so they can lose their card that way. It really puts both teams on edge.
Yeah, it's a really unique and smart mechanic because nobody can see those cards, and a lot of that intrigue is handled by the app. I believe they say it's a 20% chance that an asteroid might hit, so you're never really 100% sure what's going on. And because of that, it's able to work pretty well as just a 3-player game, which I think in our experience and most people's experience, the majority of social deduction games usually need 5-6 players at the minimum to make them really effective. But because of that app, it allows there to be a lot more hidden information. And I do think it's kind of a different type of game with a smaller group where maybe there's not as many people to cast doubt on and to hide behind, but it also has kind of a puzzle feel in trying to arrange the cards in the right way. Because while you're allowed to lie about what you have in hand, you can discuss a little bit about who you think should play what and when. And that almost reminded me of something like Hanabi, where it had this feeling of trying to figure out the right order to play things in between each other. So even if you're all on the same team, there's still a puzzle to figure out.
There's also the captain to take into account, because while the captain has the power to decide who goes first and also during that captain phase. For example, at the start of the game, whoever receives the Captain E glue, I wonder what the pun is there, but that card is face up. So people know you have that card in hand, which means that, for example, during the spacewalk, if they have an engineer face up as their captain, you're like, we should make sure he goes last, and we'll know if that player is good or not. If they play that card to help, they're probably human. If they don't, that's really suspicious.
Yeah, there are a couple of other cards that you can throw into the mix as well to spice things up. Some of them are observer cards, and they will actually let you take a look at certain other cards and see what they are, reveal them. So that obviously could help or hinder certain players at different times. And then there's the Microwave Man card, which if played kills all of the astronauts on that mission. So that's a very dangerous card when put into the wrong hands. So it's not just about necessarily the engineers and maybe the dolphins and the heroes. There's some other stuff going on that will switch things up. There's a stretch goal actually that they hit that I saw on the page for an oxygen mode. And in that mode, the panic tokens represent oxygen, and each player needs to pay an oxygen each round in order to survive. Ooh. And the captain is managing the oxygen amongst the other astronauts. So there's different ways too that you can change up the game once you're used to it. Maybe once you've settled into figuring out who a dolphin is or isn't, things might be thrown into the mix that you're not sure about.
It is definitely taking the classic trader party mechanic, but with a bunch of new twists, especially using the phone app. So if you really enjoy that sort of hidden role and trying to cast blame on everyone else when in the end, you know you were the dolphin. You always were. This may be a game for you to check out.
I don't know if it's just because of the phone app, but it made me feel like it would probably be right at home in one of the Jackbox Party Pack games. It's that kind of easygoing party vibe.
I think it's also the theme is so weird. Like, yes, of course, sardines are thrown into the disk drive. That can only mean one thing. Dolphins.
Yes, it is very strange. There are some things that they don't make sense in reality, but in this game, it's just how things are. So, Houston, we have a dolphin. Check it out. We're going to have a link to the Kickstarter in the description down below. You want to head there as fast as you can to see if you can get in to back it before it's funded. Well, it's already funded, but before the campaign is over. And tell us what you think about it in the comments down below. Are you Team Dolphin or Team Astronaut?
Don't worry. We'll know the truth.
Yeah, well, somebody will. The app will know or something.
Until then, I'm Will.
I'm Jonathan.
And this has been a Roll for Crit preview.
We want you to like and subscribe, and if you have the chance, take a look at our Patreon.
Stay tuned to our channel for tons more tabletop gaming content. You don't want to miss it.